I'm Dave Bodner, and what I'm about to show you, I did because TV made me do it.
TV has driven these two men to incredible lengths for a car. That's a story Dave Bodner of Edmonton, Alberta knows all too well.
I grew up as an only child in a family that was generally very busy. So I watched TV as a kind of diversion and as a way to have vicarious adventures, I suppose. My life was abysmally boring. We depend on TV and movies to give us the excitement and adventure that we shouldn't realistically expect in real life. So kind of vicariously live through television.
If you don't recognize Dave's car, you're not alone. TV has driven Dave to devote his life to the most maligned TV car ever.
But believe it or not, my mother did decided she'd come back as a car.
TV Guide ranked My Mother the Car the second worst TV show ever made, second only to Jerry Springer. The series starred Jerry Van Dyke as a hapless father who buys a car that's possessed by his dead mother.
Mom, you look just beautiful.
And I feel just beautiful, Davy. Thank you.
It was a pretty bad show. It was a ludicrous concept.
Dave Bodner couldn't disagree more. He's the world's biggest and perhaps only fan of My Mother the Car. Dave is single and lives alone in the home he grew up in. He spent the past 23 years devoted to restoring Mother.
It was my total focus. Some people would say I was obsessed with this project, and I suppose I shouldn't argue. Well, if any car should have its own life and a mind of its own, then this should be it. It would be nice to think that the car has some relationship with its owner and its driver, so maybe she's a little bit resentful. I don't know, but I've certainly been in every corner of this car poking my fingers and tools, and I don't know if a car enjoys that sort of thing.
Dave's intimate relationship with Mother began in 1965, the year the series premiered. Dave was just 8 years old.
I could always count on it as a show that could make me laugh. I wanted to be in a family like that. TV families always seem to have more fun than real families.
In 1984, he discovered Mother alive and well and living in California. So he headed south and purchased her for $12,000.
It was just an amazing sight. TV was all about, to me, adventure and exploration, but it was never part of my real life. And this was the first instance where I was actually encountering a piece of one of those TV adventures.
As an only child, Mother came to represent more than just a car.
I always kind of wanted to have brothers and sisters. I liked watching the families on TV. Well, it made me realize that my family was not like the TV
story in Edmonton, Alberta, where Dave Bodner has devoted much of his life to his favorite TV star car, Mother. Driving either one of these cars isn't like driving your average sedan, and the experience has had a profound, albeit different effect on both. Dave's car is the butt of everyone's jokes.
Is your mother still alive?
Mine isn't, no.
Oh. So how much do you sell your mum for? No, it's very nice.
My friends at work said, "Oh, Dave, chick magnet."
While Dave has endured ridicule, that's a question Dave Bodner also asks himself. What has spending all this time and money on Mother really cost him?
Was it worth it? I don't know. It was a big investment. I don't know what I would have to show for all of those years if I didn't have this car.
Would Dave ever consider giving up Mother? The past 13 years have been an emotional roller coaster ride for Edmonton native Dave Bodner. TV made him devote all his spare time and money to restore a television car few people have heard of, much less seen. Dave is on his way home to meet Bob Englander, an antique car dealer. He needs to have Mother appraised for insurance purposes. Will finding out how much Mother is worth be all Dave needs to make a change in his life?
This car was originally appraised by Bob at $12,500 Canadian. I would expect him to appraise this somewhere in the 20,000. I don't know exactly. We'll have to see. I don't expect it won't be more than that.
We want to be realistic. If it were to come up for auction, or if you were to decide to sell it, the car has a value of in excess of $25,000. And that's really, it's basically what someone's prepared to pay for what it's worth. So.
Well,
okay.
Bob, that's really good news. That represents almost double of what it was appraised at when I first brought it here.
Yes.
And I think it does reflect the extent to which I've improved it. Many years of labor.
Well,
labors of love, I have to
certainly improved since the last time I appraised it. You've done a lot to it, improved a lot.
But does Dave want to sell Mother?
It gets in the way, and it's sure a burden sometimes. But I think it's worth having. And these things allow us to remember and to talk about matters that otherwise we might forget because we're just preoccupied with our present lives. And there's nothing to remind us of where we came from.